Imagine a world with no pain, no stubbed toes, no paper cuts that sting, no aching muscles after a long day. Sounds like a blessing, doesn't it? For a small number of people born with a condition called CIPA, that world is real. CIPA stands for Congenital Insensitivity to pain with anhidrosis. It's caused by a rare genetic mutation that disrupts the nerves responsible for carrying pain signals to the brain. People born with CIPA never feel pain. Not ever, not from anything. At first, this sounds like a superpower, but pain is not your enemy. Pain is one of the most important warning systems your body has. Without it, the body has no idea when it's being destroyed. The story usually begins in infancy. A baby with CIPA might chew through their own tongue or fingers while teething because biting simply doesn't hurt. Parents often discover something is wrong only after finding blood, with their child smiling the whole time. As these children grow, the dangers multiply. A broken bone produces no wince, no cry, no limp. A child can walk for days on a fractured ankle, the bone slowly grinding itself into worse and worse damage because nothing tells them to stop. Burns are even more dangerous. Without pain, a child might rest their hand on a hot stove and not pull away until they smell their own skin burning. Even something as small as a piece of grit in the eye can scratch the cornea again and again because the blink reflex that normally protects it doesn't fire the way it should. Over years, untreated damage like this can lead to permanent vision loss. But the most dangerous part of CIPA isn't the missing pain at all. It's the other half of the name, anhidrosis. Anhidrosis means the inability to sweat. Most people with CIPA have little to no functioning sweat glands. Sweat is your body's primary cooling system. Without it, body temperature can climb rapidly during exercise, illness, or even just a warm day. For a child with CIPA, a high fever or a hot summer afternoon can become a medical emergency within minutes. Hyperthermia, dangerously high body temperature, is one of the leading causes of death in young children with this condition. And because they can't feel discomfort, they often show no signs of distress until it's almost too late. This is why families of children with CIPA often live by a strict, almost military routine, checking body temperature multiple times a day, inspecting skin every night for cuts, bruises, or burns the child never mentioned, keeping environments cool, padded, and as injury-proof as possible. Every day is a kind of quiet vigilance most families never have to think about. The genetic cause of CIPA usually lies in a gene called NTRK1. This gene provides instructions for a receptor that nerve cells need in order to develop properly. Without a working version of this receptor, certain sensory neurons, the ones that would normally carry pain and temperature signals, never fully develop at all. It's not that the brain ignores pain signals, it's that, in a very real sense, the wiring to send them was never built. CIPA is also extremely rare. Only a few hundred cases have ever been documented worldwide. Because it's so rare, many doctors never encounter a single case in their entire career. This means diagnosis is often delayed, sometimes for years, while parents are left confused by a child who never seems to be in pain, no matter what happens to them. As people with CIPA grow into adulthood, and many do, with careful management, they describe their relationship with their own bodies very differently from the rest of us. They learn to watch for visual cues instead of feeling them: redness, swelling, limping, unusual stiffness. Some describe it as living life as their own bodyguard, constantly scanning for evidence of injuries they will never feel. And there's something deeply human in that. Pain, for most of us, feels like something we'd love to switch off. But pain is also a kind of message from your body, an uncomfortable, constant reminder: something is wrong, pay attention, take care of yourself. For people with CIPA, that message never arrives, so they have to write it themselves every single day just to stay safe. There is currently no cure for CIPA. Treatment focuses entirely on management, cooling strategies, frequent checkups, protective routines, and a lot of vigilance. Some research into this pathway may one day help us understand chronic pain conditions too. In a strange way, studying people who feel nothing might help people who feel too much. And maybe that's the real lesson here. Pain isn't something to escape. It's something to be grateful you can feel, Because somewhere out there, a person is going through their entire day right now with no idea their body is quietly being hurt, and they won't find out until they look down. Pain protects you long before you ever notice it's working. Every flinch, every wince, every ouch is your body quietly keeping you alive. It's easy to resent pain, but for some people, pain is the one thing they wish their body could give them. So tonight, if something hurts, even a little, try to remember what that small ache is actually telling you. You're safe, you're warned, and your body is still talking to you.